Hello, we are the Big Birds and we chose Indiana census data for our dataset. The main purpose of our project is to use data to reveal if there is an unequal distribution of races and ethnicities in both rural and urban locations and counties of Indiana. The main issue we are trying to answer is if there is an uneven demographic distribution in Indiana.
Hi, I'm Grant Hubbard, and I'm a freshman in the Web Programming and Design major.
Hi, I'm Matthew Gallagher. I'm a freshman and I am majoring in Building Information Modeling.
Hello, I'm Ronald Steinbrook. I'm a freshman and I'm majoring in data visualization.
Hi, I'm Ivan Voitov, and I'm a freshman majoring in web programming and design.
Hi, I'm Sagar Parikh, and I'm a freshman majoring in web programming and design. Our process included going through the data set to identify the data we needed to use. In this case, we sifted through the household data that was provided, as well as acquired new data from the Indiana Census for 2020. We pulled out data pertaining to minorities, and then we used this data to create calculations that displayed minority population percentages per county. Using these calculations, we created different graphs to represent trends in the data. We can assume that the audience knows that having a more diverse county is a positive as opposed to a negative. We can also assume that the data that was used in the census was all answered accurately. The audience for a project would most likely be government officials and migrants.
This is a state map divided by county that displays the minority population percentage. The color red represents a lower minority population percentage, while blue represents a higher minority population percentage. One very clear area of interest would be Marion County right in the center, and then countries near the top left. Marion County contains Indianapolis, which would be a good explanation for the high minority percentage. Larger cities are generally more diverse and more successful, which pulls people in of all cultures and nationalities. The top left counties also all contain large cities. The trend visible here is that the more rural counties towards the south have a lower minority population percentage, while the counties that are more urbanized have a higher percentage. Cities generally provide more opportunities than rural areas and have more diversity in terms of demographics.
This is another state graph divided by county. Here is the minority change graph between 2010 and 2020, measured in percentage. A few things worth mentioning are the contrast between the minority population and growth. The lower the minority population seems to be, the higher the growth rate. Following this trend, the South is leading in its initial minority population growth, while the North seems to be lacking. Here is the scatter plot displaying minority change versus minority population, with color displaying what region of Indiana the county is from. In this graph, there are a few notable insights we can gain. First off, the average minority population for every county is only 12%. This is insanely low compared to the nationwide average minority population of 38%. Another section that caught my eye is in the top left, where the counties seem to have a very low minority population, but an insanely high growth. I was wondering if the growth was legitimate or if it was just a byproduct of the county growing in population in general. Here we have the growth of the total population per those counties we discussed earlier against the growth of the minority population. Here it reveals that the minority population is growing opposed to the counties themselves being stagnant in population. This is a great thing to discover, as that means the minority population is actively growing in the right direction.
Our issue is important because it highlights the importance of diversity in modern society. In data visualization and our society as a whole, it's important to focus on incorporating diversity in a positive and encompassing manner. By sharing our data and presenting visualizations to back up our research, we're able to explain if and how there's a lack of diversity in towns and cities within Indiana. And our citations.